In this lecture, we're going to explore the for loop. The for loop was designed for repeating actions based on a condition. The code is going to be similar to the while loop. A few parts are going to be in different locations. Let's look at an example. In the PHP file, replace the contents of the file with the for keyword. This keyword is followed by a pair of parentheses and curly brackets. Inside the for keyword, we must provide three pieces of information. First, we must initialize a variable. Let's create a variable called I with an initial value of 1. Previously, the while loop accepted a condition. Other pieces of information had to be managed in external areas. The for loop is different. Instead of being able to freely define variables outside of the loop, they can be written within the parentheses. This adds more clarity to our loop. The second piece of information required by the loop is the condition. Let's use the same condition as before, which was the following: I less than equals 15. Lastly, we must provide an expression to increment the I variable. Let's use the increment operator. The syntax may feel strange. When PHP encounters a for loop, it'll execute the first portion of the loop, which is initializing a variable. The variable is never initialized again. It doesn't matter if the loop runs several times. This bit of code runs once. Next, PHP executes the second piece of code. If the expression evaluates to true, the block of code gets executed. Inside the block of code, let's echo the I variable with a break element. After the block of code has been executed, PHP executes the expression from the third section of the loop. After doing so, it'll execute the second condition. This process repeats until the condition evaluates to false. Essentially, we have the same thing as before. The main difference is that the logic has been centralized into a single location, which may be easier to read. On the page, the numbers 1 through 15 have been rendered. That's great. So, why do we have two loops for performing the same thing? When would we use a while loop over a for loop? Vice versa, why would we use a for loop over a while loop? The for loop was introduced performing a loop based on a specific number. If you want to perform a loop 10 times, you can tailor the expressions to this scenario, whereas while loops are not restricted to a count. In some cases, we may want to perform a loop based on strings, arrays, or other types of values. We're not restricted to numbers. It's completely possible to stick to one loop. You don't have to use both loops in your programs. Most developers prefer the while loop. It's simpler than a for loop. Before moving on, there's one more thing I want to mention. PHP gives us the power to control loops with additional keywords. For example, we may want to skip a number. Inside the for loop, let's add an if statement. The condition will be the following: I equals 6. It's perfectly valid to nest blocks of code. In this case, we're performing a condition before echoing the value. The equals operator is a comparison operator. It'll check if the values are equal to each other. If they are, we should skip the current iteration of the loop by using the continue keyword. The continue keyword can be used in any loop. This keyword instructs PHP to stop executing the block of code. It should immediately recheck the condition. You don't have to wait for the entire block of code to run. If you need to stop the current iteration from running, you can do so with the continue keyword. As you can see, the number 6 has been skipped. It does not appear in the output. Numbers after 6 appear. The continue keyword does not completely stop the loop. What if you want to end the loop completely? That's possible by replacing the continue keyword with the break keyword. By using the break keyword, the loop can be stopped earlier than intended. These keywords are not exclusive to the for loop. You can use them for any loop. In the next lecture, let's explore one more type of loop.